Hey guys, how's it going? Today's video is going to be about doubling down on what already works. Now, this is a tactic, it's a technique, a skill that the highest level entrepreneurs, highest level salesmen, highest level anything, even investors and companies use to maximize profits or just to maximize growth. Essentially, what this means is when something's already working, instead of trying to change the wheel or try something new, you double down on it. So let's get started with one quick example, right? Um, one of the best, well, the best investor in the world. I currently do not remember his name. Please forgive me, but he essentially has billions of dollars at this point. But I'm pretty sure he's been investing since he was like 21. Warren Buffett, that's his name. His skill of how he's not the smartest person. He didn't necessarily do extensive research on every stock he bought. What he did was he would buy bits of multiple stocks, and the stocks that were flowing the most he would dump more money into. So think about it this way: say you have a lot of flowers and you're watering all the flowers, but one flower is growing faster than the rest. What you would do is water that flower the most because it can bloom the most, grow the most, and maybe produce more flowers than the rest. That's basically how the whole system goes when it comes to um, this point that I'm trying to get across here. Now, the thing is, a lot of people, when something works for them, they try to reinvent the wheel, or they want to find multiple things that can work for them. When the whole time you already have the answer in your face, you just got to double down on that. See what you can maximize about that is already working. Um, this 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 could go into marketing easily. Another example, like if you're running ads and you have multiple different ads, and one ad just tends to produce more leads than the rest, you would copy that ad and make variations of that ad because that's the ad that produces the most. It's a very simple concept. Now, what people mostly have trouble with is just the fact of sticking to one thing, because you might not necessarily like or enjoy that one thing that just happens to be the largest producing asset of yours. But sometimes that's the kind of cards you're dealt with, and you just gotta play that. That's I mean, if you really want to grow, that's what you gotta do. You just gotta double down on what's working. Um, I think that apart from business and like career wise or goals, let's say like I don't know, relationship wise, it's the same thing. Sometimes in a relationship, or when you have a strong partnership, there's gonna be things that either of you guys don't like, and there's gonna be certain things that you guys do like. And usually those things that you guys do like can help mend relationships or connections with other people, as long as you keep the bond strong. And if the bond is built over one specific thing, like going out to get dinner every Thursday night, then maybe that's what you gotta feed it to keep it alive. Like, it's a very simple concept. Um, sometimes I feel like I talk so fast, I get my point across relatively quickly. So, I'm sorry about that, but I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say here. I think in currently in my life, if I had to think of a situation in which this is the case for me, um, it would honestly have to be one specific technique that I use during my crypto trading that I know works every single time. It just takes a while to pop up. Now, what this means is, like, it's a strategy. It's a certain type of playbook that I use. Certain pattern that I recognize. When I play it, I win every time. I times two at least. I at least times two my money. The problem is it comes very rarely, so I get impatient sometimes and I don't follow through with it. But like, that's what I mean when it's like it's difficult sometimes for people to follow through with just doubling down on that one thing, because sometimes it's just impatience or emotions that get in the way and obstruct that. You feel me? Um, but I think as long as you're able to identify what that is, you have the key in your hand. Apart from that, it's just about discipline. Discipline and being able to control both your actions and where your attention goes. So today, specifically regarding that specific example I told you guys about the crypto. I have barely traded any crypto today because I've just been sitting here, just looking at the chart all day. just looking at the chart all day, different charts all day long. And I haven't seen necessarily the one that I'm looking for, so I haven't played it. And it's been a lot more of a boring day than when I'm just messing around and, trying new things and trying to get another edge. But the truth is, like, if I really want to grow my stuff at a stable, reasonable, and determined way, I gotta have that discipline and really just hold myself accountable to double down on that one thing that works. And that's it. You feel me? That's it. Um, I don't know. I think sometimes it's also just that it feels like that one thing that works might not be on pace or might not seem as efficient as you may think. It may be a small thing that is just that you gotta double down on that works, that actually carries big weight that you can't really see from, first person point of view. You gotta like kind of go into third person, see it from a bird's eye view. Um, Things that you can consider, into changing around you in your business and your situation and your career, whatever. It's just finding that one thing that works and doubling down on it. That's really all it is. Um, well, honestly, I think it's a very straightforward point. Um, I could try to come up with one more example, like for example, Apple products. Apple used to make the iPhone S, iPhone SX, I mean iPhone XS, XS Max, iPhone. Like it used to have like all these different models. Or for example, this is a good one. I'm sure a lot of you guys remember the iPhone C. It was like a really colorful iPhone 5. It was the iPhone 5C. It was very colorful and it was like plastic. So Apple made those iPhones and discontinued them because it didn't the quality of them and like the return on them was not worth the investment that they put into it. Then they tried doing like the base model and the base model with the S, and they just continued that. The last time we had a iPhone 15 Plus or 16 Plus was with the 16. The new 17 series did not come with the Plus. They just had iPhone 17, 17 Pro, 17 Pro Max, and the iPhone Air. Now listen. Apple realized a minute ago that the iPhone Air was the one selling the most. I mean, the iPhone Pro Max was the one selling the most. So what they've done since like the iPhone 11 is really double down on increasing the value of the iPhone Pro Max and trying to sell that one over every other model. And you guys know it's the most expensive one. It's the largest one, but it's the best selling one. So they doubled down on it. They kind of avert all the attention that way. And while they do that, they kind of mess around on the side. This year they dropped the iPhone Air, which was a brand new branch that they added for no reason. And lots of people like it. I love it. It's my phone, but what they do is try new things, but they already have their main model that they double down on every year. They just put the most ads for the Pro Max. The one that you see in all the posters is always going to be the Pro Max. The one that you see people using, artists using, is always going to be the Pro Max. So that's what they put most of their attention towards. That's what they put most of their production towards. It's a concept that most businesses, especially really large businesses, use. Um, Let me see if I can think of another one. Oh, car companies. So like Honda, Acura, Toyota. They've discontinued a lot of cars, in the past 10 years. A lot, like way too many cars have been discontinued in these past 10 years. But now we have a lineup of really solid cars that drop every year, but people know these cars. So they're more familiar with them and they want them because these are cars that already have, they're proven to work for the brand. We got the Honda Accord, the CRV, we got the Toyota Highlander. You feel me? These companies, they find which cars sell, which cars people actually want, and they double down on that and they cut the rest. Um, it's really just about that. That's I mean, I feel like that's just like a fast track to growth, especially when you implement this and like over time it's just like it sharpens the edge that you have in your market by so much to be able to really pinpoint where it is that society kind of or what it is that society is really like asking from you or your business or your career. Um, but yeah, if you guys ever need some advice, just hit me up on my Instagram. It's Emmanuel.lvx, Emmanuel with two M's. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great night. If you guys like these videos, make sure to subscribe.